I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. How's it going, everybody? Mark the Minister Dude here. Like my shirt here, God gives and forgives. People get and forget. Something to remember there. I didn't do no video yesterday because we got hit by a tornado here in Livingston, Tennessee. It did a lot of damage. It tore my deck all apart in the back. My neighbor's tree fell on my shed. Kind of messed up my front porch too. It just missed. The big part of it just missed. I mean, it landed on the ground right next to it, but some of the bigger branches got it, so it did a little bit of damage. And the wind grabbed. I had a couple of the metal gazebos out there. I even had them fastened down. It just ripped them right out. It twisted it just like it was a pretzel. It was pretty devastating. My neighbor, her back shed, she got a big shed back there. It peeled up the roof like it was a sardine can. Neighbor up the street here, he just put a metal roof on there about a year ago, and it took the whole back section right off. Wrapped it around telephone pole, shorted it out. The electricity, we didn't have no electricity for 24 hours. It just came back on last night. This was Saturday night this happened. It was a mess. We were just praying. We were just hunkered down in here because it was really weird, because just before this storm hit, you could see the sky was like a yellow, orange, like greenish color. It was really weird, and it was, it was raining. You could hear the thunder. All of a sudden, I went and looked out the front window, and my neighbor's tree fell down right in front of me. I mean, right on the porch in front of me. It might have crushed me, so we all got back in the hallway here, and we kind of hunkered down there. It was a scary situation, I'm telling you. The wind just whipped. It sounded like a train coming through. Anyways, today I want to talk a little bit about money, the love of money, what the Bible has to say about money, and something that, about 10 years ago, I had tried it, and at first I lost a lot, and then, I got out of it, and then I got back into it, and I got out of it. It's just, a lot of people, they'll try something and they'll get in and out of it and out of it. I've been doing that for years. I finally got to where I'm writing books and I'm sticking with it. At least it's giving me some kind of an income. You know what I mean? And I've always been interested in trading, like stocks and bonds, but forex has really caught my eye. I mean, I tried it years ago, and I lost about $1,000 when I first did it because I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, just face it, the lure of big money, it gets you every time, doesn't it? Here's a Bible verse about that. Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gains little by little will increase it. You see, that's, the enticement of big money like that fast. People think, well, I got $1,000. I'm going to do the forex and I'm going to make all this big money. Well, let me tell you something. When you're playing with your own money, emotions are really high. I mean, I'm telling you. Some people, they can do it without the emotions, but 99.99% of people, the emotions are going to come into play. It did with me. I know that. I kind of just, and a lot of people, I see people that they got all these indicators and all this stuff on their charts, and they're gonna, they got to do this, and everything's got to come together just perfectly. You know how many indicators I got on my chart? One. I've got this thing. It's called BB Alert, because the stocks will go up and they'll go down, or currencies will go up and go down, just like stocks. It'll go up and it'll go down. And I've got this alert set, and what I'll do is I'll check 2 time frames, and if the alert's on both time frames, then I'll look at the trade a little closer and I'll see, that looks like a good trade. I'll try that one. And you got to have stop losses, and there's a lot of moving parts to this that people don't realize once they start getting into it. And you'll say, well, I'm a Christian. That's gambling. No, it's not gambling. If you study the markets, I mean, the big banks do this, big companies do this because, if they trade with a foreign country, they got to switch to their currency. They got to switch from the dollar to the yen, or the dollar to the pound, or the dollar to the euro, And, they'll buy big amounts when the one currency, when the value was low, because they'll get more for their dollar. Or when the value is high, they'll buy, they'll sell the dollar, or they'll buy the dollar and sell that one. That's how it works. There's still a lot of, there's a lot of moving parts to this. And, you'll get the lure of big money and like that. And then a lot of, I'll try a demo account for it. Yeah, try a demo account. Try trading small lots. Like there's 3 different size lots. There's a regular lot, there's a micro or mini lot, and there's a micro lot. When you start out with a demo account, you learn. That's how you learn. You learn with a demo account. You learn, the stop losses and when to take profit, and how to read the candlestick charts. That's really a big thing, is reading the candlestick charts, the price action. There's pin bars and there's hammers and they got all kinds of names for this stuff. But if you learn it and you get yourself a little plan, the number one reason why a lot of people lose a lot of money is because they don't guard their money. You can't just say, wow, that looks good, I'm going to put 50% of my money on that. That's where I went wrong at first. But I learned, 2 to 3% of whatever your trading account is. Max, like if you got $1,000, only go $20 or $30 at the most, 50, 5% is really pushing it, but, only do that. Try to, risk $20 to make 40 or whatever. Start small, because just like that Bible verse said, if you're hasty to make money, then, you're going to lose it all. But if you do it slowly, see, this is how this forex works, or any business really. My book publishing business, this is how it works too. You start out slowly, I do videos and I write stuff for my blog and like that. It just takes time. You can't be, I was always the kind of person that was, I want to hurry up and make that money, hurry. You can't do that. You got to be patient. Patience is a virtue. Let me read a couple of more quotes from the Bible. Keep your life free from the love of money and be content with what you have. For he has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Don't love money. We all need money, but we don't need to love the money and just to try to grasp it and hold on to it and, don't help others with it. There's a lot of people like that. I've known people, that, they were as wealthy, and they would just stay locked up in their home. They wouldn't go out and they wouldn't, they didn't want to help nobody, and they had really a miserable life. If you got money, be happy, spread your wealth around, help other people, have nice things for yourself and have nice, have your closest family and relatives, have them have nice things too. I know there's some people in the family that you just can't help them. I've got people in my family like that too. You just can't help them, No matter what you do, they want more and more and more, but they don't want to help themselves. They want or it's always somebody else's fault, You need to learn. If you've always been interested in trading, then trade. And then once you learn how to do it, write a book. That's what I'm doing. I'm working on writing a book about forex trading. People, they trade stocks and they trade, now it's cryptocurrencies, but cryptocurrencies are very unpredictable. That's why I never did. I'll buy some like that, but I won't trade them because, it could go up $10,000 one day and right down 20 the next. It's too volatile. Where, with forex, the forex market happens to be bigger market than cryptocurrencies or stocks or all of them combined. It's trillions of dollars every day that changes hands. And if you could just grab 1/10 of 1% or even 1,000th of a percentage of that, you can make a nice living at it. But you just got to be patient. You got to learn how to do it. Now, I'll leave you a link at the bottom of this video. It'll give you a little bit more insight into it. You know, start small, learn about the trader. I use MT4, and I got a trading company. I'll leave you a link to the trading company I use. They're overseas. You know, a lot of the U.S. companies, there's way too many restrictions on them. And I've been trading with this company now for the last 10 years, and I'm telling you, I've never had no trouble withdrawing money at all. You know, I take my wins. You know, if I got a loss, if I need to put more in there, I'll put more in there. That's no problem. But whenever there's a win and you want to draw your money out, you got no problems. None at all. I've never had any trouble at all with them. And they even accept Bitcoin too, so, you know, you're set right there too. Let me read a couple more Bible quotes, and then I'm going to kind of conclude for the day. You know, we were really devastated yesterday. I didn't even get to say my sermon or anything. I was going to say it today. I'm going to kind of include a little bit in here. You know, because you just never know what's going to happen, what's going to be going from the next day, one day to the next. You just got to pray to God and say, you know, Lord, help me. That's what we did. We just prayed, and we reached out to the Lord and said, help us, Lord. And we were good. You know, nobody got hurt. A lot of people's houses got damaged. I seen a car. Had to look. The window was busted on the side, and it looked like a tree hit it on the side. And the neighbor up here, the one that the roof blew off, it smashed the windshield on his car and everything. It wreaked havoc on us. You know, Mother Nature is very powerful, and you got to respect that. And you got to face the facts that, you know, you can't control. There's things in your life you can't control. But money, income, stuff like that, you can't control that. See, a lot of people, they don't know. There's a guy around here trimming trees yesterday. You know, he's going around begging people, you know, say, oh, I got to have this money. I got to pay my electric bill. I got to pay this. I got to pay that. People shouldn't have to live like that. You shouldn't have to live like that at all. You know, you should have a little bit of a nest egg to where if you have a bit rough spot, you're covered, you know. I mean, this he was over there. He cut all the limbs out in front for the neighbor, and he cut them over here for me too. But she actually paid for it because it was her tree. But it was just, I mean, this guy, he had to borrow money from the neighbor to go out and get gas for his chainsaws and for his truck and like that. I mean, that's down and out. A businessman shouldn't really be like that. You know, some people just live like that. They live from, and you know, hand to mouth. You know, I know when I was younger, I was like that too, but you know, I don't live like that no more. I make sure that we have enough to, you know, if we have to pay a bill, there's enough money there to pay it. You know, if we need food, we got food, and, you know, but, you know, you shouldn't live like that. Let's do a couple more Bible quotes about money, shall we? This is from Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the sinner's wealth is laid up for the righteous. Matthew 6:19-21. Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy and where the thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Proverbs 22:1. A good name is to be chosen rather than great riches, and favor is better than silver or gold. Deuteronomy 8:18. You shall remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you power to get wealth, that he may confirm his covenants that he swore to your fathers, as it is this day. You know, God gives us the wealth. We should be praising him. Praise him for what you have. Ask him for more. Ask him to bless your life. You've got this. This is Mark, the ministry dude. I'm signing off for today. Today's Monday, the 27th of June. Boy, this month went really fast, didn't it? Anyways, I'll see you again. I'm going to start something I think called a Forex Friday. because I really like this forex stuff. I mean, you know, even though I'm a Christian, you know, they say it's gambling. It's not gambling, you know, unless you get really addicted to it like that. But it's something that, you know, if you practice, you know, and if you do your homework, it's a business. It's a business just like any other business. You just got to treat it like one. Anyways, have a blessed day, everybody, and I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.